Welcome everyone to today's webinar on effective ways to boost productivity in in-house legal team. Thank you for joining us today for this session. I am Karina and joining me are Sanjeev and Mohammed Anas. Together we represent the team at Beveron Technologies, where we are excited to explore how digital and AI-powered legal operations tools are helping in-house legal teams streamline daily workflows from legal request and case management to contracts approvals and compliance, enabling legal counsel to work faster, smarter, and more efficiently. We are also honored to have our CEO Brijesh Shadan with us today. Mr. Brijesh is a legal tech entrepreneur based in Dubai with over 25 years of expertise in emerging technologies. He is an authority in legal technology consulting with, with extensive knowledge of technology trends and the practical applications in the legal domain. We have planned this session to last approximately 20 to 25 minutes. We appreciate your support and cooperation during this time. Please kindly remain muted throughout the session to ensure a smooth experience for everyone. Before we get into the details, let me quickly walk you through what we'll be covering today. So, we'll start by setting the context, looking at why productivity is such a challenge for in house legal teams today and what's really slowing teams down beyond just workload. From there, we'll talk about how to identify workflow inefficiencies, the everyday pain points that quietly eat up time, like approvals, document handling, and repeated manual tasks. Next, we'll move into practical ways to streamline legal processes, sharing best practices that successful legal teams are already using to work more efficiently without compromising compliance. We'll also discuss how to leverage technology the right way, not adding tools for the sake of it, but using them thoughtfully so they actually reduce effort instead of creating overwhelm. Collaboration is another key focus, so we'll explore how legal teams can work more effectively with other departments, positioning legal as a strategic partner rather than a bottleneck. After that, we'll dive into automation and AI and how these tools are unlocking new efficiency levels by taking repetitive work of legal teams. To make sure all this progress is measurable, we'll cover the KPIs that really matter when it comes to legal productivity, what to track and why. Then we'll introduce Beveron Smart Legal Counsel and show how it supports many of the strategies we'll be discussing today. Finally, we'll wrap up by looking ahead at how in house legal teams can sustainably transform productivity for the future, combining processes, combining process, technology, and collaboration. So that's our roadmap for today. Practical, focused, and designed to give you ideas you can actually take back and apply. Now, today's session is focused on something that almost every in house legal team is dealing with right now: how to get more done without burning out the team or compromising quality. Legal teams are expected to move faster, support the business more strategically, and still stay compliant, often with limited resource. In this session, we are going to talk about effective practical ways to boost productivity in an in house legal team. This isn't about working longer hours, it's about working smarter by improving processes, using the right technology, and enabling better collaboration across the organization. Whether you are a part of a small legal team or a legal department, the ideas we'll discuss today are designed to be realistic and actionable, not theoretical. By the end of the session, my goal is that you walk away with a clearer understanding of where productivity gaps typically exist and how you can start addressing them in a structured, sustainable way. So let's get started by first looking at the productivity challenges legal teams are facing today. Now that we have set the stage, let's talk about what productivity really looks like for in-house legal teams today. Most legal teams are operating under significant resource constraints. The volume of work keeps increasing, more contracts, more compliance requirements, and more internal requests. But headcount and budgets don't always grow at the same pace. This puts constant pressure on legal professionals to do more with less. At the same time, there are a lot of hidden inefficiencies in a day to day legal work. Things like manual document handling, repeated back and forth over email, unclear ownership of task, or searching for the latest version of a document may seem small, but together they consume a huge amount of time. What's interesting is that this isn't just an internal legal issue. Across the industry, there is a growing recognition that legal teams need to be more closely aligned with the business. In fact, recent industry insights show that cross department collaboration and smarter use of technology are now top priorities for legal leaders. So the challenge isn't about effort. Legal teams are already working hard. The real challenges is how work is structured, managed, and supported. And that's exactly what we'll start unpacking in the next few slides. Once we understand the challenges, the next step is figuring out where productivity is actually being lost on a day to day basis. In many legal teams, the biggest time drains aren't complex legal issues, they are operational. Things like document management chaos, where multiple versions of the same file are floating around, or time spent just trying to find the right information. Another common issue is repetitive work, especially in contract reviews. Legal teams often review similar clauses again and again, even though much of that work could be standardized. Approvals are another major bottleneck when workflows involve multiple layers of approval without clear ownership. Work tends to stall, and it's not always obvious where or why. So, how do you identify these inefficiencies? A good place to start is by asking your team a few simple but powerful questions. Where do requests usually get stuck? Which tasks seem to be duplicated across the team? What work is still being done manually that could be standardized or automated? And how much time is being spent on administrative tasks versus actual legal work? These questions help shift the focus from working harder to working more intelligently. Once inefficiencies are visible, they become much easier to fix, and that's what we'll start addressing in the next section. To take us through practical best practices for streamlining legal processes, I would like to hand this over to Anas, who will walk us through how legal teams can simplify routine work and create more structured, efficient workflows. Thank you. Over to you, Anas.
Thank you, Karina. And hi, everyone. I'm Manas. I will be taking you to the topic of streamlining legal processes. Once the inefficiencies are identified, the real opportunity lies in simplifying how legal work gets done. One of the most effective start point is standardizing routine tasks. A lot of legal work is repeatable, like NDAs, standard contracts, internal approvals. When team use templates, playbooks, and predefined workflows, it reduces rework, speeds up things, and ensures consistency across the board. Another important best practice is having a clear intake system for legal requests. When requests come through email, chats, or hallway conversation, it is hard to prioritize and track work properly. A structured intake process helps legal team assess urgency, assign ownership, and manage expectation with the business from the start. Finally, streamlining is incomplete without tracking performance. Metrics like turnaround time, workload distribution, and backlog trends helps legal leaders see what's wrong and what's not. The goal here isn't to micromanage, but is to create a visibility so teams can grow and improve continuously. Overall, streamlining is about creating a structure that supports the system, not restricts them. When clear processes are consistent, legal teams can focus less on administrative and more on delivering strategic value to the business. When we talk about improving productivity, technology always comes up first. But it is always important to say this upfront, more tools do not automatically mean more efficiency. One of the biggest challenge legal team faces adoption. Even the best technology won't help if people aren't comfortable using it. That is why it is so important to balance innovation with change management, clear communication, proper training, and showing the team how the tool actually makes their work easier. Another key point is integration. Technology should fit into the existing ecosystem and not disrupt it. When the systems do not talk to each other, teams end up doing double work or even switching between platforms. That defeats the whole purpose. Finally, automation should be focused on high impact areas. Instead of trying to automate everything at once, it is far more effective to start with areas like document lifecycle management, task tracking, approvals, deadline monitoring. These are the areas where automation delivers immediate visible value. At the end of the day, technology should feel like a support system, not an extra layer of complexity. When implemented thoughtfully, it quietly removes friction and gives legal team back time to focus on higher value work. Productivity in legal doesn't exist in isolation. It is closely tied on how well legal teams work with the rest of the business. One of the most challenging is communication. When legal, business units, and compliance teams operate in silos, misunderstanding and last minute escalations become the norm. Open, ongoing communication, not just when there is a problem, helps set expectation early and reduces friction. Another shift that makes it different is how the legal is positioned. When legal teams bring strategic partnership with stakeholders, they move from being seen as a gatekeeper to a trusted advisor. That means understanding the business goals upfront and offering guidance early instead of being brought in at the last minute. Centralizing information also plays a huge role here. When documents, updates, and approvals are scattered across emails and chats, collaboration slows down. Having a single source of truth allow everyone to stay aligned, reduces repetitive questions, and cut down unnecessary follow-up. Ultimately, better collaboration doesn't just make legal teams more productive, it helps the entire organization move faster with a few surprises and better outcomes. And now that we have looked at how to streamline legal processes, the next step is understanding how automation and AI can take the productivity even further. To walk us through how automation and AI are unlocking new efficiency levels for legal teams, I would like to hand it over to Sanjeev. Thank you, and over to you, Sanjeev.
Thank you, Anas. Hello, everyone. I'm Sanjeev. I'll be talking about automation and AI and how they are transforming the way in-house legal teams work. This is where things start to get really interesting. Automation and AI are changing how in-house legal teams together on daily basis. Traditionally, a lot of legal time is spent on repetitive tasks, drafting similar contracts, reviewing standard clauses, routing documents for approval. Automation helps take care of groundwork by using smart templates, clause libraries, and intelligent workflows. So teams do not have to start from scratch every time. AI takes a step further by supporting analysis and decision making instead of manually scanning documents for risk and compliance issues. AI powered tools can highlight potential concerns, track obligations, and even flag issues before they turn into problems. This doesn't replace legal judgment, it strengthens. The real value here is what legal team get back time and focus. When repetitive and administrative work is handled by automation, legal professionals can concentrate on higher value activities, strategic advice, complex negotiations, and working more closely with the business. So, automation and AI aren't among doing more work faster, they are about freeing illegal legal teams to get better work. And when used thoughtfully, they become powerful enabler of both productivity and quality. Once processes and technology are in place, the next question is, how do you know it is actually working? That's where measurement becomes really important. For legal teams, productivity isn't just about the volume, it is about the balance. Operational metrics like contract turnaround time or the number of legal requests handled give visibility into efficiency and capacity. These numbers help the team understand where the time is being spent and where delays might be occurring. But numbers alone don't tell the full story. Quality and adoption indicators are just as critical. Things like error rates, internal client satisfaction, and how consistently tools are being used to show whether improvements are sustainable or just temporary. Another key measure is whether the work is being completed within agreed SLAs. When legal teams consistently meet expectations, trust with the business naturally improves. The real value of KPIs isn't reporting for the sake of it. It is using insights to continuously refine workflows, reallocate effort, and make better decisions. When measured thoughtfully, KPI become a guide for improvement rather than scoreboard. At this point, we have talked about a lot of challenges legal teams face and strategies that help to improve productivity. Now, I would like to briefly connect those ideas to a solution that's been designed specifically for in-house legal teams, Beveron Smart Legal Counsel. What makes this platform different is that its purpose built for legal teams, not adapted from generic workflow tools. It focuses on streamlining everyday legal operations, reducing manual effort, improving visibility, and bringing structure to complex workflows. Instead of using multiple discounted tools, Smart Legal Counsel offers an all-in-one platform. It centralizes documents, legal requests, tasks, and approvals while also supporting collaboration across the team and with other departments. Another important aspect is usability. The platform is designed to be intuitive, so the teams can start using it quickly without a steep learning curve of extensive training. And finally, it provides real-time insights. Legal leaders can track performance, monitor workloads, and measure impact using customizable KPIs, making it easier to demonstrate legal's value to the business. The idea here is just isn't the automation. It is enabling legal teams to work in more organized, strategic, and confident way. As we wrap up, I want to bring everything together and look ahead. Improving legal productivity isn't about one-time improvement. It is about building the future ready to legal function. That starts with the process optimization, clear standardized workflows that reduce complexity and allow teams to work with confidence. The second pillar is technology enabled. With the right of platform in place, technology doesn't replace a legal expertise. It strengthens. It provides visibility, structure, and control, helping legal teams to manage increasing demands without increasing risk. Finally, productivity is sustained through collaboration. When legal teams are aligned with the business, work moves faster, trust grows, and legal become a true strategic partner. This is why investing in a solution like Smart Legal Counsel is no longer optional, it is strategic. Smart Legal Counsel brings together workflow automation, centralized operations, collaboration, and real-time analytics into one platform, enabling legal teams to operate efficiently and demonstrate clear business value. If your goal is to help your legal teams to work smarter, reduce operational strain, and stay agile in the fast-changing environment, now is the right time to invest in the right foundation. Beveron Smart Legal Counsel is designed to support the journey and deliver long-term measurable impact. We appreciate your participation today. Now it's time for your feedback. You may kindly fill the feedback form sent to you in the comment box. Please feel free to visit our website for more details or resources on Smart Legal Counsel software.
Thank you everyone for joining us today for our webinar on effective ways to boost productivity in in-house legal team. We hope you found the insights valuable and inspiring. We appreciate your time and participation. We look forward to your participation in our future webinars. Please remember to fill out the feedback form as it will help us to provide more informative topics in the future. Thank you all once again.